DMCC Prince.
Tashara, talk to me about your journey as a caregiver.
It was a hard but beautiful journey. And I say that because it was my pleasure to be able to be there and be what my mom has been to me for all these years. But it was hard. It was hard to see her go through that. It was hard to see her lose her speech, to lose her will to eat or drink. It was hard to see her go through the different stages of what cancer does to the body. So.
And I look at you, how old was your mother? And I don't need to know your age unless you want to say that, but you seem to be a relatively young person to have to care for somebody.
My mom passed at 69. Yeah.
I don't want to interrupt you.
I'm sorry.
So you were caring for a relatively young woman.
Yes.
How long did you care for her?
My mom got cancer in 2020 during COVID. The first time she did the chemo, she did surgery. As you know, during COVID, they didn't let you come into the hospitals and things of that nature. So it was really kind of something she did alone. I just took her, I sat downstairs, they said she was okay. So it was rough trying to be there for her from a distance, you know. She went into remission, did
What type
well.
of cancer did she have?
It started as lung cancer. And then when it came back, it was outside of the lung. And she didn't last long. She was diagnosed in September. By July. She was diagnosed in September, put on hospice in November, and had passed in June 8th.
What was the most difficult time for you during that?
I'm an only child, so I didn't have really anybody else to help me or to go through it with me, right? So I think that was the hardest part. To know that my brother, my dad had already passed and my mom was it, you know, that was the hardest part.
What was the greatest joy, even though you were dealing with such a trying situation, that you experienced during all of this turmoil?
Just being able to, the memories. My mom was full of life. We have videos of her everywhere she go. I don't know where she get the music from, but she was dancing. She was always dancing, always moving. She was just full of life. What's funny is my most memorable was me talking to her about what her memorial would look like, right? And just the look on her face, just, oh, she was excited. Because I said, Mom, I'm gonna do a museum just for you. It's gonna be a candlelight dinner. It'll be flowers everywhere. People are gonna celebrate you. It's gonna be a true celebration. And she was like, a museum? And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do a museum. I had mannequins dressed like her, pictures with her with the same outfit on as the mannequins. She was excited about that. So just to see her face light up. And on the day of the memorial, with all of it, I had praise dancing, jazz singers, African dance. She always wanted to go to Africa. I had African dance. And when all was said and done, just to know, my uncle said to me, he said, well done. And I just broke down because I felt like that was my mom saying, well done, you know.
It was.
It was a pleasure to be able to take care of her. It was a pleasure to call her my mom. I wouldn't have picked anybody else. If we had this going joke, I bet if you could choose Oprah, you would choose Oprah. On her, a couple of days before she passed, we had this talk. And I said, you know what, Mom? I will pick you over and over again. Oprah can't hold the candle to you. Thank you. Yeah.
Finally, two last questions. What does it mean to have a circle of support in terms of being a caregiver?
It's important. I don't think people really understand what you go through taking care of your loved one, right? I had insomnia because my mom would call me at all times of the night, and I was still working. I was still working a 40-hour-a-week job, and her body was, she was sleeping a day, and at night she was up. So I had to be up, and I didn't want her to call me and I didn't hear her. So I slept very light. I had a lot of insomnia, a lot of anxiety, just thinking tonight is the night. You know, she's gonna leave me tonight. You need that support. You need to be able to go into yourself, right? Have that you time. Be able to, I would go sometime and just sit in my car, just so I could breathe, just so I could feel like I was able to breathe. And then I would come back in and say, Mom, what do you need? Because you feel like your every moment is about them. It's about taking care of them.
And what would you like to say to Winona and Dear Me Care Circle about receiving this Champion Caregiver Award?
I want to, first of all, thank you so much. I didn't even know I was getting no award. When she called my name and I saw my picture up there, I'm like, okay, she said she was inviting me as her guest. I didn't know I was getting it, so I really appreciate it. To be recognized, not that I need any recognition to take care of the person that birthed me, but to get it, I thank you. And it's a beautiful thing to recognize people that aren't expecting to be recognized, you know? So thank you. Thank the whole family. Thank you all. I really appreciate it.